Hello everyone. Let's see how other students have enjoyed the Python with AI.
His courses are very interesting and challenging, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. Happy coding.
I think that Python is extremely useful for the future.
The classes are very interesting and thorough with step-by-step instructions on how to complete the homework.
My favorite part of this course would have to be the projects because there is a big creativity aspect to it.
You can actually see the exact distance, and then it'll say 8.9 kilometers, right? We go back to our code, and then 8.87 kilometers, which is about right.
Once you get your code to finally work, it's really rewarding, satisfying.
We also get a lot of choice in our coding. He doesn't really restrict how we manage our code. As long as we get to the end product, we are fine, which I really enjoy considering that we can spread our imagination and creativity.
Throughout the levels 1, 2, and 3 of Python with AI, I have learned the basics and advanced aspects of coding along with web development.
I created a Discord server for the members of Python with AI, and it's always great to see everyone cooperating and having a good time.
I really like the PWA program. It starts right from the basics and it goes way up to the advanced stuff, and it lays down a really good foundation.
And then the sound map.
For the fire hydrant analysis, the requirements are to load the JSON file into the Python dictionary. Here's our Python AI project presentation. So the assignment we had for optimization, one of the assignments we had. So the AI agent will place a number of hospitals in a community so that the overall distances between the houses and the hospitals are minimum.
Determine where the apple is, and then that data will be used in other functions where it can reward this or AI by going closer to the apple, or punish the AI for hitting a border. I can do a quick demo on the code. You just have to leave it to train for a while.
Python is a general-purpose programming language used by many companies like Google, Facebook, Apple, and many banks. Programming is cool, it's fun, and quite useful. It's one of the fundamental skills, just like English and math. Many students will select programming courses in high school. Learning Python can help you succeed in school. It can improve your critical thinking and problem-solving skills.
Reflection. Our thoughts about this project. At the end of the day, this was an amazing opportunity to demonstrate the skills that we have learned from Mr. Goa. The fire hydrant code was interesting. It forced us to use the internet more than ever and research about modules that we weren't really familiar with. This project tested our ability to problem solve, and it was a fantastic way to challenge ourselves. So overall, this was a process that allowed us to improve and improvise on our knowledge that we have gathered throughout the level.
Okay. Yeah, okay. The response keep getting. Okay, good, thanks. So here we have, what's your grade? It's all over the place. We got grade 5 or even before grade 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or even post-secondary. Okay, good, all over the place. It's similar as my other audience in different seminar. Okay, good. What is your coding experience? Okay, let's see. 50% is absolutely beginner, no surprise here. This is my program to help absolute beginners to get into the coding area. And we do have a couple of audience know a little bit about coding. Okay, probably you'll know, you know some coding, you learned coding earlier. We do have, one pretty good at coding. Okay, great, very impressive. Okay, pretty good. So basically it's split between, or actually majority of the audience are kind of consider themselves as a beginner or a little bit about coding, okay? But we do have one feel pretty good at coding. Okay, good. Probably I know who it is, okay? The other one, are you comfortable to use computer? Okay, 100% comfortable. Okay, great, that's no surprise, right? Okay, good. Thanks for sending those information. Now I know a lot better about my audience. Okay, great. So let's talk about the Python programming. So why programming at all? Computers are fun, right? We are comfortable using computer, probably use computer to take online courses, and I use computer to work, especially during the pandemic. So lots of people work from home. They use all kind of applications or softwares to work remotely. And also we use our social mediums on daily basis, video streams, or we also use like online shopping or online banking or do business, lots of things are serious. So we use computer all the time, from entertaining all the way to do the work or do some serious work with computer. So computers are fun and very useful, obviously. And the whole magic about the computer is actually happening in programming. It's all programming, right? So we know all the feature we're using is software. We use different type of software, Uber Eats, Uber, Netflix, Instagrams, video conferencing. They're all software. They are all built through the programming process. Okay, so the magic is not about the hardware. The magic is about software or programming. Okay. So the programming capability gave you power to bring an idea into the real world. If you think about like a Facebook or many other applications, right? At the very beginning, it's just an idea people start to work on from their garage, from their dorms, and then it can grow because they have coding skills, so they can bring the idea into the real world, and then they can grow those ideas into like very, very big things. So we see this happen again and again. So now programming is kind of like a communication. So if we think about how do we communicate to people, right? We text messaging, we call them, we use the kind of language, English, French, Chinese, or we use like a natural language to communicate with people. When we do the programming, it's really the communication between you and the computer. So you need to use a programming language to tell what you want the computer to do, right? So you have your idea in your mind, you want the computer to do the work, you need to use a programming language as a communication approach to describe what's your thought process, what's need to be done, and then the computer understand the programming language, so they will do whatever you want it to do. So programming is really a communication like between you and the computer. You instruct the computer to do things you want. Okay. So now Python is very popular programming language. In my career, like over 20 plus years, I've been using all kind of programming languages, and Python is my favorite programming language because it can do so many things so easily. Okay, so I really feel the power of the Python. Okay, so what is the Python anyway? So Python is a programming language. It's a general purpose and high-level programming language. Okay, wait a second. What do you mean by general purpose? What do you mean by high-level programming language? Okay, so general purpose programming language means it can do lots of things. It's not specific purpose programming language that I have used a couple of specific purpose programming language before. You can only use that programming language for very specific task. But Python is not. Python is a general purpose. You can use Python to do lots of things. We will see later on, like a game, website, artificial intelligence, data analysis, and a lot. So it's a general purpose. It can do lots of things. What do you mean by high level? is there a low-level programming language? Yes, there are. So the high-level programming language means you really focus on the idea, what you need to do, right? You don't need to worry about some manage the memory, manage the disk, manage the speaker, etc. Right? You focus on the idea. Okay, so high-level programming language allows you to build application much faster, efficient. There's also, like before, there's also low-level programming languages. You have to do lots of handle lots of details. You have to handle hard drive. You need to handle speaker. You need to handle the monitor, etc. So there's a lot of work. So it's not that efficient to build application. So right now, most of the programming language are considered as a high-level programming language, which means it will help you to build software much quicker and more efficient. So Python is a general purpose and high-level programming language. Okay. Python is very simple to learn or to start with. So simplicity is one of the core design concept of the Python programming, like from the Python creator. So they want to introduce some programming language that everyone can use, can do different things, right? So programming is kind of the general skills. You don't have to be like a PhD in order to use a programming language. So Python is very simple. It's kind of English like style. You can, or pretty much everyone can quickly learn Python and do certain things to help them in certain area. Okay, so simplicity is one of the big feature of the Python. So that's why Python is becoming so popular. Python can run on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So those are operating systems. I'm using Windows. Probably some of you using Mac OS. Some people may know Linux is another operating system. So Python can run on like all different type of computers, which means if you know Python, how to do Python programming, your program can run on multiple platforms. Okay, which is good, right? So whether you have Windows computer or Mac OS, you can learn Python in the same way. So that's very convenient. Kind of like a common language that can run on multiple operating systems. Okay, so now we know Python is easy for beginners. However, Python is also super powerful for experts. So there's lots of professionals around the world. They actually use Python on their daily life as a main programming language to build applications. Okay, quiz one. Did I mention quiz earlier? So yeah, so I have some couple of quiz, a very short, simple one. Just try to just a quick knowledge check. Okay, so it will be very simple. Okay, let me find out the quiz. Okay, here. Okay. So I'm going to share a quiz link. I just have so many windows open. Okay, let me just, okay. Okay, I just sent a link in the chat window. So if you can join, click on the link to join the quiz. It will be very simple. It will be simple one. Okay. Okay, just join the quiz, jump in the quiz. Okay. Okay, I will give you a couple of seconds to join the quiz. And so the question is, Python is a specific purpose programming language. Is it true or false? Okay, so based on what you heard in a couple of minutes, yeah, make a guess, make an educated guess. If you're not sure, just make a guess based on what you heard earlier. Okay, I give you a couple of minutes to join. Even if you're not 100% sure, feel free to make a guess. As long as you try, that's a learning process, right? If you got correct answer, then okay, I got idea, I got the right information. If you do not get a correct answer, you know, okay, the information I have is not correct. Now I know what is correct one. So either way, it's a learning process. It will help you to get a little bit more knowledge than like 10 minutes earlier, right? So the important thing is you need to give it a try, right? You need to give it a try, even if you're not 100% sure. So yeah, so I encourage you to give it a try. Okay, give you another 5 seconds to make a decision. Okay, let's see the result. It's kind of, yeah, there's a slightly more people vote for false. It's a false statement, but we do have a 38% thinking it's correct. It's a true statement. Okay, let's see. Let's check what's the result. So the correct answer is it's a false statement, right? Python it's not a specific purpose programming language. Python is a general purpose programming language. General purpose means it can do lots of things. We will see that later. Okay, good. Okay, actually, we don't need to do this one. Okay, so so we know a little bit about Python, general purpose programming language, simple. Let's actually take a look at like Python. Let's do some Python coding right now. Okay, you don't need to install any software. I'm going to. Okay, okay. Let's see. I send a link in the chat window. This is an online code editor. You can use it for Python to learn Python. Okay, and just click on yeah, just click on the link. You should see the something like this. Okay, so now let's just remove this one. Okay, let's start Python coding from scratch. On the left-hand side is the code editor. We're supposed to type in something. And then on the right-hand side, that will be the result. Okay, let's type in something. Print, parentheses, and then put a quotation and say, hello, Python with AI. And then click on this green button in the middle, the play button. Once you click it, it will run the Python program, and this is the output. So no surprise, the print is the Python function. It just displays the message in the console. Hello, Python with AI. Okay, let me know if you're finished typing, yeah, in the chat window. Let me know if you're finished. Okay, I give you a couple of seconds to, okay, great. Angela already done. Yeah, okay. Luis done as well. Perfect. There's another one, iPhone 2. CP also done. Good job. Good job. Okay, perfect. Mia as well. Christine done as well. Okay, Henry done as well. So lots of people mentioned they're absolutely beginners. Probably it's for some of you, it's the first time to type in something and see it's happening. Okay, good. Now, once we know this, let's do a little bit of the change. Let's do some self-introduction, and let's do something like this. Hello, my name is Victor. Nice to meet you. Okay, so now type in this, however, use your own name. Obviously, you are not Victor, you are yourself. So you're supposed to say, my name is Henry, my name is Mia, etc. Just make it like to yourself, make the unique statement to yourself. Once you have this, just yeah, click the button here and let's see the result. Okay, hello, my name is Victor, nice to meet you. Okay, Elvis. Okay, yeah, I just saw the display name. Okay, cool. Okay, give you a couple of seconds to play with this. Okay, so just with a couple of seconds, we know what's the concept of the Python, and then we start to play with Python. And from here, you really see, okay, it's kind of straightforward English style syntax. Yeah, it's not that scary, right? Okay, so now let's try to work on another scenario. Can you write Leviathan? So Wonderland is open already. It's a summer is coming. Leviathan is one of the highest rate in Wonderland. So can you write Leviathan or not? They do have the height requirement. In order to write Leviathan, you need to be higher, taller than 54 inch. So if you are taller than 54 inch, you can write Leviathan. Otherwise, sorry, maybe try next year, right? So that's the rule. So when you, especially someone kind of just on the boundary, like when you get into the Wonderland, they check your height, they give you a wristband, right? And the wristband color indicate how high you are, and based on that, you can write some of you can do some writes, or yeah. So that there's some height requirements there. Now the question is, how do we translate this rule into Python code? Okay, it's a little bit complicated than hello world, hello Python, right? Okay, let's try that. If you are taller than 54 inch, you can write Leviathan. Otherwise, sorry, maybe next year, right? It's based on certain condition. Okay, in Python, how do we see this? How do we translate these rules into the Python program? So we start with height. Let's assume the height is a 60, someone 60. And the rules is if height greater than 54, then we say, yes, you can write Leviathan. Else, otherwise, sorry, maybe next year. So we have an if else to check, right? Okay, with this, let's let's practice this, okay, together. Okay, I'm just going to switch to my online editor here. And yeah, let's do it together. Okay, so just remove here, and then we start with height, let's say 60, and say if height greater than 54, column, so we have a column here, enter, print, quotation, and say yes, you can write enter, and then move it to the front, column, enter here, print. Sorry, maybe try next year. Okay, so yeah, so, and then click on this play button. Okay, so we say here, sorry, yes, you can write Leviathan because the height is 60 and this condition is true. So yes, you can write Leviathan. Okay, I put it on the screen so you can follow along, and let me know if you, once you're finished, okay? I give you a couple of minutes, okay? Yeah, just careful, if, else is at the beginning, and the print is supposed to have an indentation here, okay? Yeah, just make sure you have this. Okay, let me know once you're finished. Good, good. Someone already finished. Angela, Luis again, Mia, CP. Cool. That's good. Mu Chen as well. Ryan. Okay, and Elvis. Okay. So if you join later, you can find this code editor in the chart window, the link in the chart window. So you can open up that browser in the browser and you can try play some Python code. Okay. Henry done as well. Cool. Super. Perfect. Okay, so now we got a little taste about the Python programming. Okay, very good. Good job. Now, let's go to the quiz. Okay, and so here, so we did a little programming. We kind of have play with it. Okay, for the people join probably later, you can also find the link in the chat window. So there's a Slido link, so you can join, do a little quiz. Okay, let's start. Let's look at another question. So if a kid is 48-inch high, what's the output of the program? Yes, you can write a Leviathan, or sorry, maybe try next year. Okay. So here is the code, right? And now the height is 48. So what would be the output of the program if the height is 48? So is it, yes, you can write a Leviathan, or sorry, maybe try next year. Okay, again, I want you to give it a shot, and even if you're not 100% sure, just thinking through and based on what you heard earlier, and make a guess, make an educated guess. Okay, I encourage you to make an educated guess, right? So based on your knowledge, based on what you heard in a couple of minutes, in the past couple of minutes, and just try to make a choice, right? So I believe if you try, it will be much better than if you don't try. Okay, just like we do anything like hockey, sports, or play a music instrument, right? Sometimes we're not 100% sure, or we're not perfect play certain thing, but we just keep trying. Whenever we try, even you make a mistake, you say, oh, this is a mistake, I should not do this again, right? You try something different. So you know what's the incorrect way, then you can find the correct way. So give it a try is always important, right? And then you keep trying, you keep adjust, keep trying, keep adjust. Eventually you will achieve your goal. You will perfect the movement, you perfect the notes or etc. Right? So give it a try. I want everyone give it a try. Okay. Okay, with that, let's check. Okay. Okay. Really 100% say it's sorry, maybe try next year. Wow. Okay. Let's check the correct answer. Okay. Oh, good job, team. It is correct, right? If the case is a 48-inch high, then yeah, the output should be sorry, and maybe try next year. And if we're not sure, we can play with it, right? You just change this to 48 and click on play button, and then you say sorry, maybe try next year, right? So this program will do different things based on the condition. Okay, very good job, very impressive. Okay, wait, who used Python? Oh, it turns out lots of a big tech company using Python, like Google, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or even NASA use Python to do lots of things. The NASA use Python to analyze millions of photos that taken from harbor or any from other approach. And there's no way human can review all those photos like about the universe, right? They have to develop. So there's a lot of photos sitting there, right? They can use the Python to create a program, or sometimes have to use needs to use the artificial intelligence to automatically analyze millions of photos and try to find something or try to serve some research purpose. Okay. Okay. And also many insurance company, bank, finance institutions, organizations, they are using Python for data analysis, for lots of different things. Okay. Now, now we know a little bit about Python. We even got a little hands-on on Python, and we know who uses Python and what I can do with Python after I learn Python. If I master Python, what else I can do? Okay. It's turned out Python can do lots of things. Again, Python is a general purpose programming language. It can do lots of things. Okay, let's take a look at this example, hacker movie. Okay, so I like movie. I like all kind of movies. Probably you probably see some things like this, right? Some hacker try to upload the virus into government's computer, right? Something like this. So they try to hack the password, try to connect to some computer and try to upload the virus, right? Obviously, we know in the movie everything's fake, but how do they make this, right? It's turned out we can use some Python programming to do this. Okay, again, switch to this online editor. Just remove this. And then just try to find a program that can do this. Okay, so here are 24 lines of code. Obviously, yeah, so something we know like a print function. Oh, okay, we know how to use print function. There's lots of others we don't know yet, don't worry. So here we just want to see how can we use Python to do different things. When we actually get into the course, we'll learn lots of those. Okay. Okay. So if I run the program, so now you will see, right? Try to access system, try to hacking the password. It's try different combinations. Something going crazy here. It takes some time, and then finally got authentication passed, and then you try to connect to the computer. A bunch of number and then upload the virus and say done. Okay, so it's just like, so they can actually shoot this screen, kind of simulate something happening. Okay, let's watch it one more time. Let me just clean this up. Okay, just simply clean this up and then run it again. Okay, cool. Someone knows some of the statements. Elvis, good. Yeah. Okay. And it's connect, and then try to upload virus, and then down. Okay. So that's one of the things Python can do. And also you can use Python to make games. In the level 1, you actually will learn how to use Python to make game. Obviously, you can make lots of complicated game as well, like a video game, songs, etc. So you will learn how to use Python to create the games. You can also use Python to build a website. Have you guys used Instagram at all? Probably you heard of Instagram. That website is built in Python. Okay, so Python. So that's one of the website built in Python, Instagram. You will also learn, if you want, you can also learn, use Python to build a website, like online shopping website, or any website you want, okay? You can also use Python to do some data analysis and visualization. What do you mean by data analysis and visualization or data science? Okay, so we know data is very powerful, right? So today, the business decision is rely on data, okay? But sometimes data will not give you the information, right? If we see a bunch of data in the spreadsheet, like millions of rows in the spreadsheet, how that give you information? You have data, but you may not have information. In order to convert the data into information, if we can find the pattern of the data, if we can find the trending of the data, if we can show the data up and down like a stock price, right? Stock price is going up and down. So if we can visualize the data in certain way, we can get lots of information from data. So that's the data science, data analysis, and data visualization. This is a very important and a very interesting area. Okay. So you can use Python to do that as well. Build a website. Obviously, you can build a website. You can build an online shopping website. You can build any website in your mind. And online shopping web, this is actually one of the homework of previous students. You don't have to sell the arts on your website. You can sell sports t-shirts, jerseys, or you can sell stamps. You can sell whatever you're interested. But with the same online shopping website, you can sell different content. Okay, and Python can also do artificial intelligence and machine learning. And actually in artificial intelligence area, Python is the most powerful or popular programming language. Okay, it's actually extremely powerful to use Python to do some artificial intelligence program. Okay, let me actually show a quick demo of AI. Okay, what's the AI looks like. Okay, I'm going to fire up my, yeah, that's a little series of programming. I cannot use this online editor. So this tool is very simple. It gives you a very basic feature of the Python programming, really just like try it out. But if you if you want to do coding more efficiently or quicker or faster, you will need to use a better software for it, right? Okay. So here is the code editor I'm using. And then I'm going to open up, load my code. And the code I'm going to use is, let me just find it out. Okay, so this is just a code editor. It's just more powerful. Yeah, I can use this. Okay, so here are 20 lines of code, 20 plus lines of code. There's lots of space in between. So what we want to do here is that we want this program to speak. It can speak English. It can also speak other languages. So one feature is speak. Okay. The other feature in this program is translation. It can translate one language to another one. One language to another one. Okay. So two features, speak and also translation. Okay. Let me just run this program. Okay, so here is ask what language you want to translate to. So we say translate to French. We say FR and we hit enter. And now we type in an English sentence here at the bottom of in the screen. So when I hit enter.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
So that's the speak part. So the program can speak, can talk in English, and then it will do the translation.
Ma mère disait toujours que la vie était comme une boîte de chocolat. On ne sait jamais ce que l'on va avoir.
Okay, so this is the French translation, and then the program talks. So in the future, if you want to make a program software, if you want your application to talk, you can use this feature, right? And if you want your software to talk to anyone in the world, right? So you could use this translation feature. Okay, let's try it one more time. Let's translate it to Chinese, ZH for Chinese. And then let's find any like, or let's just use this as well, right? Okay, same English sentence.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
And then
我妈妈总是说生活就像一盒巧克力，你永远不知道自己会得到什么。
Okay, just like 20 lines of code, it can talk. Okay, one more time. Let's do Spanish, ES, and then do the same thing.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
And then
Mi madre siempre decía que la vida era como una caja de chocolates.
Okay.
Nunca sabes lo que vas a conseguir.
Yeah, so this is the Spanish, and yeah, and okay, so now you have a little taste. You have to say what is Python and who use Python, what you can do with Python, and you see a couple of samples. You see game, you see websites, you see Instagram, right? You see the little artificial intelligence just with 20 lines of code. It can speak, it can do the translation from pretty much any language to any language, okay? Okay, quiz 3. Okay, we still have, okay. So this is another quiz, okay. Okay, so here is the question. What can you do with Python? Create a game, do the data analysis, artificial intelligence, website. Okay, what can you do with Python? Create a website, create a games, do the data analysis, or AI. Okay. Okay, again, I encourage everyone to give it a try. Okay, yeah, you can, okay, yeah. Okay, anyone? I want to see everyone join the quiz, everyone try. Okay. It's very important to give it a try. It's perfectly fine to not get it right at the first time, but you still learn something when you try. Okay. Okay, I think let's check. Okay, so okay, so it's pretty much all right. So we almost like vote for all of those. And correct answer is okay. Yeah, you can do all of them, right? You see, you can Instagram, right? So you can use the online shopping website. You can use Python to create a website, to create a game, and also do data analysis, and also do AI. You saw it, okay? Yeah, you probably itself, you cannot do by now, but once you know Python, you can do whatever you are interested in, right? Sometimes I know some students, they say, I want to build my own website. I learned Python because I wanted to build a website. Some students wants to build their own game, okay? Yes, and some people interested in AI and data, okay? So once you have the skills, you can do lots of things. Okay, very good job. Okay, oh, okay. Oh, good, very good. We got lots of 3 out of 3. Simona, Michael, CP, Angela, and yeah, okay, very good job. Okay, congratulations. Okay, so now that's really just kind of a scratch the surface about Python. What is Python? Who use Python? What can you do with Python? You see a couple of demo. You also kind of play with Python a little bit. Now let's talk about the like how do we get started? So Python with AI program will help you to get into Python programming. If you are absolute beginners, this is the right program for you. If you know a little bit about Python, you definitely will pick lots of new technologies, and you will learn lots of more. Okay, so it's really from zero. And if you're interested in programming, you can grow your programming skills and all the way to competition level if you want. Okay, there are over 300 students already take the Python with AI at different levels. So we do have students take the CCC exam early this year. It's the Canadian Computer Competition hosted by University of Waterloo. It's a very common, popular competition globally. Almost all students from our school, PWA school, got distinct certifications, and we do have our students listed in like top 5%. Okay, In addition to the programming, PWA also has team to participate in the Khan Hacker competition. Again, this is a global hacker competition. It's like hacking website, hacking, decoding some secrets, reverse engineering code, etc. It is quite interesting. It's also very, very competitive. We have a team. We have multiple teams participate this Khan Hack competition this year, and one of the team lists the top 12 globally. Okay, it's actually 2022. Okay, it's actually 2022 here. Okay, so you see here, it's really a program help you get into the Python programming from very basic, and then you can grow your skills through the different levels, and build a website, build AI, or if you're interested, you can participate in the competition as well. Okay. Okay. And all the Python research courses will be online classes. And in the classes, you will see lecture, you will see demo, and there's also pop quiz to make sure you understand the content. And if you move to the next level, you can join the group project. A couple of people work together. And also, when you learn the Python, you will have homework to do. Actually, that is probably the most important way to learn programming, to do to actually coding yourself. And also, I think that's the most interesting or fun part of the coding. So yeah, you listen, you understand the concept, and then you start like put your hands on the code. So that's coding activity is actually most important and the fun part of the learning. Yeah, sometimes you may need help if you kind of troubleshooting your code, it's not working as you expected. So we do have a Q&A session as well. So in that way, you can get help, troubleshooting or coding. So the whole program is try to help you to get into Python coding much easier and in a fun, positive learning environment. Okay, so we will start Python with AI level 1 the coming weekend, May 29. It will be Sunday, so the class will be Sundays 10 to 12. Yeah. And here are contacts. Okay, with that, I think I kind of cover all the content I want to cover today. Any questions? Any questions from anyone? So you can type in your questions in the chat window. Any questions? Anyone has any questions about the Python, about courses? Anyone? Okay, I got a question like asking what software we need in order to prepare for the Python class. Yeah, so you don't need to prepare anything as long as you have a computer. You can join the online session. We're going to use the Google Classroom. In the class, I will walk you through what software we need. So you don't need to prepare anything, and just get your computer ready for the online session. And then I will tell you what software we need and how to install all the required software. Okay. Okay, any other questions? Oh, it's online class on the Zoom. Actually, we're going to use the Google Classroom, Google Meeting. Okay, we will use Google Meeting. It will be the same as the one you use the online school. So all our homework, assignments, communication, calendar, meeting links, etc., all in Google Classroom. So yeah, everything in one place. it's the same one as you used for your schoolwork. How long will it take from level 1 to level 4? Okay, very good question. So each level consists of a 20 hours license, 20 hours license in 10 weeks. So each level is 10 weeks. Once you finish that, you move on to the next level, another 10 weeks. So basically each level is 10 weeks, 20 hours. So roughly it will be, if you take one by one, it will be roughly close to a year. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay, I will take tasks at the end of each level. Actually, every week you will have a homework. Okay, every week we will talk about certain topics. We'll learn something new, and you will have assignments. I will mark the assignments. So at the end of the level, your homework will be your the average of your homework score will be the score for your for the level. Okay, so there's no like a final test, but each level will consist of 10 units roughly, and each unit has an assignment. So you're supposed to finish all the assignments. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So here is the date. So it's a it's a May 29th Sunday. So that's the first class. That's the next Sunday. Not tomorrow, but the next one. And the class is at 10 a.m. in the morning to 12. So that's 2 hours per session in 10 weeks. Okay, another question is, how much time do we have to, how much time do we have for the homework? It really depends. I would say the average will be an hour. So 2 hours online session, probably you need to spend another hour to do the homework. At the beginning, the homework is a little bit easier, and there's a couple of modules. The content could be a little bit difficult, but average probably an hour. You need to spend another hour to work on the coding activity. Okay. Basically, it's homework. I call it coding activity. Basically, it's homework. So an hour, roughly. What book will we use? Okay, it's actually the slides. I actually create this Python with AI level 1 to level 4. So you will have, I will post all the slides in the Google Classroom. So that's the content. And then I will provide a detailed instruction of the homework. So you will work on the homework. You will get instruction, you will get question, and it will step you through the process so you can write your own program. Okay. Okay, very good question. Okay, good. Oh, yes, it does. Someone asked, okay, I didn't mention the cost. Yes, it's the 400 plus tax. That's the cost for each session. Okay, so that's the 400 plus tax for each level. Okay. Okay. For each level, okay. So we have multiple levels. And yeah, each level costs 400. Yep. And also in the summer, we will have CCC class, and also we will have data analysis camp, but those are more for advanced user students. If someone already have solid programming experience, they can consider to take the CCC or data analysis camp. So we will provide information shortly in more detail. Okay. We are at the end of the hours. Any other questions? Oh, include the math. Probably, okay. Okay. Yeah, programming is related to math, but they are not the same. It doesn't mean you have to be really, really good at math in order to learn programming. It's a different skills. Yeah, but if you are good at math, that will definitely help programming, especially if you're doing CCC competition, or if you're doing artificial intelligence. Yeah, but in the level 1, we will focus on the Python programming knowledge and skills. Yeah, it should be the knowledge. So yeah, if you're a grade 5 or above, you should be fine. Okay, but obviously math is very important for everything. Okay. Oh, okay. Another question: if for any reason I miss a class, how can I catch up with later? Very good question. So yes, we will do the recording for the online session. So if you miss a license, you can watch the video to catch it up. Okay. Yeah, we do provide recording, so you can catch up if you miss the license. Okay. Yep. Do we have to do it for an hour? So each session will be 2 hours, and we will have a break in between. Okay. Yeah, you probably need another hour to finish the homework. Okay. 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 Any last minute questions, thoughts, comments from anyone? Okay, yeah, Q&A session is available beside the class time. That's correct. So during the week, so our class is on the weekend, and during the week, there will be a Q&A session. If you have questions, if you need a little help on the homework, you can drop in the Q&A session. If you do not have any question, if you just if your homework going very smooth, you don't have to join the Q&A session. But yeah, Q&A session is outside of the class time. Yep. And also you can always ask questions to the Google Classroom anytime. Okay. And yeah, so okay, how do we get into the Google Classroom? So after you're enrolled the class, you will receive a Google Classroom invitation. And in that way, you can join the Google Classroom. You can access all the content, slides, homework. You can ask a question. You can find the links, calendar, etc. Yeah. So once you enrolled, you will receive an invitation, and then you can join the Google Classroom. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, I think I covered lots of questions. If you do have more questions, later on, feel free to reach out to us in different way. There's a WeChat, and also there's an email. We have websites. You can find the content of the all different levels, and I also have a phone number here. And if you have any question, feel free to reach out. And with that, thanks everyone for joining. Hope you find the session is helpful, help you to break the barrier of the coding. So now I have hands-on coding. I know how to do a little coding. Yeah, it's not scary. It's actually quite interesting. And yeah, I'm pretty sure once you get into this field, you will get lots of fun. Okay, thanks again for joining. And yeah, hope to see everyone in the level 1 class in the coming Sunday. Okay, have a good evening. Bye, guys.